So the new Desmodus creature has finally been revealed, a full-blown little creature spotlight, showcasing its abilities and of course how it's going to be flying. A big contender for everyone's favourite new PvP mount, dismantling other creatures from their riders and a lot more. It looks great, it does look fantastic. I really like the weirdness of its wings. It's almost see-through, translucent, and of course it does become invisible. This shot got shown off last night, but there is even more news to talk about in terms of ARK 2 delay news incoming, guaranteed. Let me go through it now. There's no messing around, you guys should know I said ages ago that ARK 2 is going to be delayed. No big surprise there, and while we haven't got it officially confirmed, the pieces are starting to add up even more. Hang in there, ARK 2 news and the ARK the animated series news are on the horizon. We see the requests. That's from Jeremy Stieglitz, the co-creator of ARK and the co-runner of the animated series. Now, he doesn't tweet often, so if he is tweeting, he really maybe is giving some clues. So a lot of you might be thinking, including my good pal Raz, that we might see some sort of news about it releasing later on this year at the Xbox Bethesda showcase, and that is 100% right, I'm sure we will. The bad news is ARK 2 will be delayed till next year. Why? Because if it was coming out this year, he would simply have something good to say in this tweet. It'd be a teasing tweet, it'd be confirmation that yes, I know you haven't had news, but don't worry, it's still happening. The very fact that he's put ARK 2 news and the rest not coming until later, it really does make me believe even more that ARK 2 is going to be delayed till next year. Please, if you're about to type, you don't know this, you can't say this, please come back to me in June once this event goes live on the 12th of June, I do believe. Me and Raz will be covering it for sure. I'm going to show you the video that I gave my 5 reasons why I think it's going to be delayed. But yes, I think we'll get the bad news about the delay once Fjordar's launched. They've done this in the past as well. Last month, I gave my 5 big reasons why it will be delayed. There's just not been enough hype. There's not been enough talk about it. With all the COVID problems and issues they've had, and not to mention their varied past at releasing content not on time, I truly firmly believe it won't be this year, it will be next. You can't be 4 months into the year and we still don't actually have a release date. Starfield has a release date and we're likely to see some proper gameplay in the upcoming showcase, but there's been absolutely not a single peep. When you factor in that they're still selling the Ultimate Edition and going to be relaunching the Switch Edition in September, plus of course Fjordor going live in June, it just doesn't make sense to go ahead and then do a sequel to your game only a few months after you've just released a free map. So I do fully expect to see some proper gameplay shown off or another full gameplay trailer, but yes, with the caveat that the release date will be next year. I know, people don't like me speculating sometimes. But like I said, I'm going based off the history and everything we know so far. The rest of the games industry is delaying stuff left, right and centre. And I just can't see ARK getting their act together. I wouldn't even be that pissed if it was delayed. Like I said, as long as it's got time and quality to add the features they want, then why not? Also, when you couple together, they've just hired a brand new director for the studio. Vic Dillon has apparently got a long history in gaming. He's now the creative exec leadership role and they'll be directing one of the all-time favourite franchises, ARK. So unless they've just fired their last one, or they are maybe have been waiting until we get this guy on board to put together the rest of the content that have been building up to this point, again, it's a bit of a weird one to be hiring a directive creator only when you're like going to be releasing your game this year. Another nail in the coffin about ARK 2 in 2022. Apparently this guy's worked on Halo for years across Bungie and 3044 Studios, whatever the hell they were called. I'm just praying he's not going to bring too much of a sci-fi vibe back to ARK. And of course the Community Crunch did have some other little bits of info in. There's the new media kit where you'll be able to actually go and download a bunch of stuff. So now all you fans can make your own little movies. If you don't have the biggest of setups to record stuff, you should be able to do something too. Looks like there's no Evo event this year either. And that's about it actually, they're just going big on the Desmodus reveal. It does look great, I'm kind of hoping it's got kind of weak life though to balance it a little bit. We don't want it to be too OP now, but the way it's just sitting there in the caves, and is that going to be its permanent viewpoint in red, or is that just something they've done just for the edits? I'll kind of like it if it was the case that in nighttime everything was red. That would balance it and make it not too overused and stuff, but also make it a more interesting creature. Fjordor is looking amazing as well. Hopefully some of these caves we can get a closer look soon. And yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff going on attacking these ruins with everyone trying to shoot it and stop it. Only a month or so away to go. I'm expecting at the same time as that Xbox showcase, they'll probably go live with the DLC. So there we go, that's my hot take on the latest ARK news. Until next time, rat bags, laters.